Hey Munchkins, boy, have I got a treat for you. Tonight, we're gonna have a dinner with chicken, rice, broccoli, and then my favorite thing, cheese. Oh, so good. I can't wait to share this with you. Let me show you how to make it and then we'll have some, okay? Alrighty.
One of the things I like about this dish here is that it is truly a family meal, but also, for those who is just by themselves or, two people, this is a very stretchy meal and therefore very affordable. Even feeding the whole family. By the way, I use chicken thighs here. The original recipe calls for breast, but I like the heartiness and the flavor of the darker meat. So anyway, it stretches, right? Because the thighs don't cost that much, $8 maybe. You get 6 nice thighs in there, and the rest of the ingredients are relatively cheap. So, maybe a $20 meal that can feed 6 to 8 people or 2 people for 3 to 4 days. So I really love that about this dish. One of the other things that I love about it is how easy it really is to make. The steps look like a lot, but it's not. It's just a quick searing of the meat as I'm doing here, getting that all browned up. And then after that, it's about the rice. Really, it really is. It's about the rice. You add your ingredients to that. So, here I'm just taking my time removing as much of the chunks that I cut from that. And then I begin the cooking of the rice. The thing I love about that is that it's cooking in chicken broth and the rest of the juices from the chicken that I just cooked. So the rice itself is flavorful. Like if you just went through the dish when it's done and pulled out the rice alone, it's loaded with flavor. And I did that. Believe me, I did that. So, but yeah, so, we did the chicken, we seared that, and now we're just gonna bring that rice to a boil, add in the broccoli. And I'm not gonna push this down into it too much here, because what you don't want to do is make the rice mushy, right? And I learned the lesson you're going to see here later. I ended up stirring it just a little too much. Wish I hadn't done that, but it wasn't bad, but the rice did get a little mushy on me towards the end. So lesson there is, when you're doing this part that you're seeing now and adding all of the stuff to it, don't go stirring it too much. I would say let it cook as is. You're gonna put this after we put all of this together, and that's the condensed chicken soup there. Again, more flavor going into the rice. And I bought one that was all natural condensed, by the way. When you put this in the baking dish, which is what we're gonna do next, I wish I had just let it stay the way it was and then put that into the dish. But I didn't do that. So, as I mentioned, it was a little mushy, but I had preheated the oven before I started cooking, 350 degrees, and put this all, covered it up, and put it in the oven for about 15 minutes to let the cheese melt and the condensed chicken soup cook with the milk that I added in there. When I first looked at the recipe, I was like, why am I adding milk to this? But it made sense once I saw the condensed chicken soup. So, and covered this thing up and put it in the oven for 15 minutes. It was pretty cool because one of my favorite programs is on TV, so I got a chance to go and just watch that. But it was very easy to do. So we threw this in the oven 15 minutes and then pulled it out. And at this point, while it's in there, you can see I've mixed together the Ritz crackers and the melted butter to add on to the top of it. So yeah, don't be as messy as me. I'm glad I had the towel down. But yeah, so we took it out, put that crust on top of it, and then we're gonna put this back into the oven for about 10 minutes. Just to kind of let it crust up a little more. Ritz crackers is one of those things you can eat by itself. So actually, if you look at this dish for what it's worth, you could actually take whole crackers and use this as a dip almost. But there, see that? Just looks amazing. And at this point now, we're just about ready to go ahead and serve this. And so, got myself my favorite little spoon, dipped the stuff out of there, threw it onto this wonderful blue plate, white plate that I have. The blue plate was earlier for the chicken. This white plate that I have, put it on there, sprinkled a little parsley on top of it. I didn't have any fresh parsley, which I had, so I used dried parsley on it, but fresh parsley would have been just perfect. And look at that. That is, and when I tell you that it is as flavorful as it looks, it is. It's a phenomenal dish, and I hope you guys try it. It's really good for the family.
Hey Munchkins, did you enjoy watching that? This dish right here, it is delicious. It's amazing, great flavor, no junk in it as you saw, and it can feed up to 6 to 8 people or 2 people for 3 or 4 days. You can freeze it. It's just a phenomenal dish, and it's just so tasty. I'm thankful that you were here with me to enjoy it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon, okay? Alrighty, get yourself a great urban eat.